A video game console. It plays games, yeah, but it says more than that. So much more about a company, an era, the attitude of gamers. We take the actual console itself for granted a good bit of the time, so let's take a deeper look at it. You know that whole Sega versus Nintendo thing in the 90s? That was pretty interesting. Nintendo had been ruling the home console market and Sega was all, challenger approaching, and so started the wars of the fourth generation of consoles. Since, you know, Nintendo didn't really have a ton of competition before this, their consoles had this really approachable, family-oriented, almost bland design. It only needed to work, and nothing more. Considering how much of a freaking monster they were in the market, Sega couldn't make another simple white box with a cartridge slot, and they knew that. Like, top priority. Like today, buying a console was usually a one or the other kind of thing. So kids were, and are now, most likely gonna pick the one that's super cool and radical and chill and gnarly, dude. Or, unless they already want the other one because they did the research, you know, but whatever. So Sega started this huge campaign about being the best and having tons of power in their system, which is actually one of the main reasons Sonic's whole thing is going fast. Let's look at the console. Wow, cool! Sega wanted a kid to open the box and be all,
it's sleek, it's sophisticated, it's the future, now.
They got this asymmetrical design across the whole front of the console. These little lines on the side don't really do anything, but they look cool. The area where the game cartridge goes in is rounded, so that's like the most important and central part of the console you look at. Gotta have that 16-bit in there, no question about it. Sega Genesis! Isn't this really edgy fun? This console's got a toot, and baby, it's not afraid to show it. The whole face of the system is black and white, aside from this tiny patch of red that has a light showing whether or not the console is actually running. Goes to show that just a little can go a long way to liven things up. All these buttons and doohickeys go over here, so they kind of look like a control panel. The player's gotta have power, man. This thing has got a lot going on, and there's not much empty space, but really it doesn't feel all that cluttered either. It's meant to draw you in for a closer look, and it seems like that works pretty well. There was some serious competition Sega was facing, and their breakthrough needed to be big and happen fast. The legitimacy simply cannot be stressed enough by these guys. Controller time. Not really a ton to say about it. It's simple, dynamic, and pretty ergonomic. The D-pad goes in 8 directions, 2 times as much maneuverability as those Nintendorks. The Genesis did pretty darn well considering they were like the only competitor to freaking Nintendo. Freaking Nintendo, man. Sadly, after the Genesis, Sega completely dropped having an actual cool design, and man does it show. Just boring. I mean, why? It's not cool. You haven't established yourself as great yet. You're just starting out. You're a baby. You can take your baby steps and then you can move on to the more sophisticated stuff, alright? Hey, thank you for watching. If you liked it, well, like it. Want more? Subscribe. Also, check out this awesome new channel, S-Video, where a lad named Steve talks about weird games, and it's pretty weird, you know. So, bye.